This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Phone a Friend, brought to you by INCRadio Oregon. I am Jillian Pimentel, and I'll be one of your hosts for today. I would like to send my greetings to my family, Brother June Pimentel, Sister Annalisa Pimentel, as well as my Nanay sister Leticia Nelson. I'd also like to greet our resident minister of Roseburg Group Worship Service, Brother Albertson Macalintal, and to his family as well. Now, in our episode today, which is Scenic Saturday, expect to hear about some of the beautiful and breathtaking views from around our District of Oregon, and a recap of past Scenic Saturday videos that we played during our first season. We invite you to keep engaging with us in our live chat by sharing with us some of your favorite spots in our beautiful district. Now, joining me as my co-host today from her Scenic Saturday view is Geraldine Langit.
Hello, everyone. I'm Geraldine Langit, and I will be one of your co-hosts for today. And I would like to greet our resident minister, Brother J. Cruz, and his family, and also my family who are watching at home, my Nanay Liza, my Tatay Romel, my older sisters, my ates, Ate Se, Ate Yan, Ate Melissa, and my pamangkin, Brother Aldrin. And I would also like to greet all of you who are watching us. Thank you for supporting our show for today. Today, I'm here at the Burnt Bridge Creek Trail, which is an 8.2-mile trail, and it follows through Burnt Bridge Creek, which you can see behind me, and it also offers a variety of landscapes such as open grasslands, wetlands, and forests. So, Jillian, I see that you're also enjoying a view there. Can you share with us where you're at?
Of course. So today I'm here at Stewart Park in Roseburg, Oregon. Now, Stewart Park is one of the most popular parks that is located in our city. It has a park just over here to my right, and as well, you can probably see behind me is the South Umpqua River. So this South Umpqua River is the river that separates Roseburg from the northern and southern part. And so a lot of people like to come here for picnics as well as get-togethers like birthday parties or just various other things whenever the weather is really nice. And so, today Geraldine and I are outside because we'll be highlighting our Scenic Saturday segment. Now, there's a lot of beautiful places in our District of Oregon, which includes more than just the state of Oregon.
Yeah, that's true, Jillian. As you all know, our district includes Washington State, Oregon, California, Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming.
All those states, I'm sure, have plenty of scenic views for all of our brethren. How about for you, Geraldine? What are some of your favorite places that you've visited within our district, and tell us why?
Oh, that's a tough question because there's just so many places. But I'd say some of my favorite places to visit here in Oregon. My first one would be Trillium Lake. It showcased the full view of Mount Hood, which is really pretty. It's like in between the forest, and then there's a lake in the middle, and then behind is the landscape of Mount Hood. So I really love that. And then I would also recommend the sand dunes in Florence, Oregon. It was my first time going there, and I didn't even know that Oregon offers a sand dune as well. And so when we went there, we rode a off-road ATV, and that one was pretty cool as well. And then, of course, how could I ever forget Mount Hood, our very own Mount Hood. Mount Hood is so pretty to visit. You know, you can either visit in the spring, in the summer, or of course in the winter if you want to see some snow. And in the spring or summer, they offer different kinds of activities there that friends and family could enjoy. So those are some of the places in Oregon that I would recommend. So let us know in the comments if you would like to hear some more recommendations. How about you, Jillian? What are some places you visited that became your favorite?
Wow, you've been to a lot of places, Geraldine. I think my favorite places would have to be, I'll start with the Oregon coast. Growing up, my family and I always visited the Oregon coast, and just to name a few cities there, we have Newport, Bandon, and for me, especially Coos Bay. Growing up, my family and I visited, and we would love to go crabbing and even clamming. So I have a lot of fond memories of going to the Oregon coast, and as well as visiting the beaches there, just looking at the ocean. It can be really peaceful and relaxing, especially when I'm with my family. I think another place that I really loved visiting just recently actually was Crater Lake. So, Crater Lake is one of the deepest lakes in the world in the US, and it's located right here in our very own District of Oregon. I think it's awesome that we have the opportunity to have this breathtaking site so close to us, and especially since during the winter it's still open. I think some of the roads are still closed right now, but there are a few highways that you can still access Crater Lake and you can see the snowy mountaintops, which really makes for great pictures and a great trip up there as well.
Wow, those are really great places to visit, Jillian. And I think many of our brethren have visited those places too. And so I also heard you mention Crater Lake. So yeah, I remember we had one of those segments on our show. And so why don't we show them now? Scenic Saturday!
Oregon is the home of the deepest lake in the United States, and the name of this national park is Crater Lake. Located in southern Oregon, this lake was formed 7,700 years ago when an eruption triggered the collapse of a tall peak, Mount Mazama. Fed by rain and snow, the deepest lake in the United States is one of the most pristine on Earth. The middle of the lake features two small islands, Wizard Island and Phantom Ship. Surrounding the lake, the park offers different recreational activities like hiking, biking, snowshoeing, fishing, and others. During the cold and snowy seasons, we can see snow settled on top of this national park, making for great pictures and great scenery. Currently, North Entrance Road and Rim Drive are closed for the season, but the Highway 62 to the park and the road to Rim Village remain open. The North Entrance Road and Rim Drive will be expected to open mid to late June or July of 2026. So if you find yourself in the area and would love to see this beautiful national park, come take a visit.
Scenic Saturday!
The Susan Creek Falls Trail is a 1.5-mile hike located around 3 hours and 20 minutes south of Portland, Oregon. Following the North Umpqua River as you drive closer, you'll find that this relaxing area can be your next picnic spot to enjoy nature. Launch a raft or kayak, or take a scenic hike. As you walk along the trail, you can find signs with information and insightful history about each type of trees that was located in this trail. Though affected by a fire back in 2020, the trail leads to a beautiful 50-foot waterfall, which falls over moss-lined volcanic rock cliffs. Make sure to visit this trail whenever you come down south. And if you'll be attending worship service in the area, attend our Roseburg group worship service at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays and 10 a.m. Saturdays.
You know, those were just two segments on our show, and we have one more to show you near the end of our broadcast, so make sure to stay watching until then.
Thanks, Geraldine. When it comes to scenic views in our area, sometimes I feel like it can be hard to find new places. How do you explore your area, or how do you find those scenic places?
Yeah, I agree, Jillian. Even for me and my family and even my friends, sometimes it's always a challenge to find a place to go to or to, see where to go that we haven't gone to. And so I would just say, you can always search up online, search up places to visit in Oregon and then find a list there. For me personally, I also use some personal blogs of people showcasing like a list of the places they've gone to. And then if they also show photos there, so I think that's also helpful if kind of like just to see what it's like. Or you can always search up if you see Crater Lake on like a personal blog or like a website, you can always search it up what it looks like and then write down list of the things you need to know, like, oh, are there any road closures? You can always see that on the website and online. So yeah, and you can always search up on Google Maps too. It always shows like the different places you can visit and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's pretty easy. It could be challenging, but it's pretty easy to find a place to visit that you haven't gone to. And in Oregon, if you go to Mount Hood, if you drive to Mount Hood, you can see signs of different like um, different camping sites that maybe you can visit, different lakes or falls that you can also visit without having to pay anything. But just be mindful to always be, I guess, like clean up as you go. Make sure to preserve the area so we can help our nature.
Oh, yeah, that's true. For me, I find a lot of popular places on social media, but I think it's nice to explore those nature spots that a lot of people don't know about either.
I use social media a lot too to find new places to explore. And also, Julian, I have another question for you. So, what are some places that you haven't been to yet, but you want to explore?
That's a good question, Geraldine. I feel like I have a lot of places on my list that I would love to explore one day. I think one of the first ones, if I were to first name one within the United States, I would love to visit New York. I think it's such a different dynamic compared to the West Coast, and visiting the East Coast can have a lot of new opportunities as well. You can meet a lot of new people, especially those brethren there in the New York area. And I think it really is a very tight knit community over there. I'd love to get used to the city, and there's a lot of places that I've seen on social media that I would love to visit too. There's a lot of landmarks that I would like to visit, and I think New York is just a really great opportunity and a really great first opportunity to travel to first. I think when traveling outside of the United States, one place that has always been on my list is either Rome or I really wanted to visit Santorini, Greece. I think they have very different cultures and the architecture there is really beautiful as well. I want to be able to visit, take pictures, send postcards to my family, and as well as just have those experiences built up for me as well because traveling is one of my biggest dreams, and I'd love to be able to do that one of these few years. How about for you, Geraldine? Where are those places that you want to visit?
Yeah, so there are some places I've been wanting to go, and the first one is the Crystal Springs Garden, which is a little bit south of downtown Portland, so it's pretty close to where we live. And it's a 9.5-acre park featuring a large collection of rhododendrons, azaleas, and other plants set around a spring fed lake with waterfalls and bridges. And another one that I've been wanting to visit is the Umpqua Hot Springs, which is a cliffside geothermal pools in the middle of the Umpqua National Forest, and it's near Roseburg, Oregon. So who knows, Jillian? Maybe it's pretty close to where you live. So let us know how it looks and how it feels when you do go and visit. And then lastly, we just found this recently. It's the Samuel H. Boardman State Scenic Corridor. It's a 12-mile stretch of rugged, forested coastline in Curry County, Oregon, featuring natural arches, secluded beaches, and viewpoints accessible from Highway 101. And I don't know if you remember, we did mention a little bit of Highway 101 before in one of our videos. And some of the popular spots are natural bridges, Arch Rock, and Secret Beach, but many other hidden gems exist. So I would let you guys know if I do go visit those places, and hopefully we can make a video and show it to our season 2 of Phone a Friend so everyone can also enjoy.
Let's make that on our 2026 to-do list to visit at least one of those places that we mentioned, Geraldine. Now, before we end our show, we do have one more Scenic Saturday segment to show you. So let's go ahead and watch that.
Scenic Saturday!
Multnomah Falls is the tallest year-round waterfalls in the United States and the most visited natural recreation site in the Pacific Northwest. And I'm sure the views can speak for itself. The waterfalls are fed by underground springs from nearby large mountain, which allows the falls to flow the highest during spring and winter seasons. From the Multnomah Fall Visitor Center, there are steep trails to climb to cross the historic Benson Bridge, where many people are able to snap their photos and enjoy the breathtaking sight. Looking down from the bridge, you can view the steep terrain, inclines, and even a gift shop. As Oregon is the home of this beautiful recreation site, we hope that everyone will be able to visit this place at least once.
Scenic Saturday! As you travel along Highway 101, you'll pass by 3 must-see destinations along the Oregon coast. First up is the Sea Lion Caves, considered the largest sea cave in the United States and home to hundreds of wild stellar sea lions. Just a few miles north, you'll find the famous Hesida Head Lighthouse, sitting 206 feet above the Pacific Ocean. It is one of the most photographed spots on the Oregon coast. The lighthouse was first lit in 1894, and its automated beacon, visible from 21 miles away, still shines today. In fact, it is rated as the brightest light on the Oregon coast. Finally, for our last destination, Thorswell is a collapsed sea cave that creates the illusion of the ocean draining into the earth at Cape Perpetua. Commonly referred to as the drain pipe of the Pacific, the seemingly bottomless well continuously fills with seawater and then drains away as the tide changes throughout the day. At high tide, waves forcefully shoot water through the opening, sometimes reaching heights of up to 40 feet, creating a dramatic geyser-like effect. Whether you're in it for the views, the photos, or the experience, the stretch of Highway 101 in Oregon offers a little bit of everything. Well, thank you everyone for joining us in our show today, and we hope you will all continue to share with us your scenic views. And we do encourage you all, if you go visit some places in Oregon, to send those videos and photos to us, the multimedia and the District of Oregon, and we would love to feature those places.
We would like to thank the following brethren for helping us make this broadcast possible. Thank you po to our brother Eduardo Vimanalo, our executive minister, as well as brother Angelo Iranio Vimanalo, our deputy executive minister. We'd also like to thank brother Wally Taray, our INC radio station manager, brother Moises C. Cadusale, our district supervising minister, brother Gino Ramilo, our assistant district minister, and our brother Manly Andaya, our executive producer. We'd also like to thank our behind-the-scenes crew who's there helping engaging with you all in the live chat.
So again, thank you all for joining us on this episode of Phone a Friend, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, INCRadio DZEM 954, and share this program link with friends and family who could benefit from our topic. Now remember, you always have a friend here, one who is just a phone call away.
Behold the triumphant joys of the Church of